Earlier this morning, Sting serenaded us with a song, and now he's back with his good friend and renowned philanthropist, photographer Bobby Sager. Bobby has spent the last decade capturing children on film in some of the world's most war-torn countries, finding hope in their eyes and hoping that you will see the same. The images are now in a new book called The Power of the Invisible Sun. Guys, good morning.
Morning.
This book is profound, Bobby. I'm going to start with you because you say you wrote it to stimulate people's thinking about how to live a more connected and impactful life.
Yeah, I don't go around the world doing this because I'm a do-gooder. I'm a doer who's figured out that being hands-on and eyeball to eyeball with the people that I'm trying to help allows me and my family to live a really full life. And I'm trying to share that experience with the people who are reading the book, for them to understand that to be able to look into the people's eyes that you're trying to help and have them look back into yours and feel one another's humanity is living a really full life.
Yeah, and when you say look into the eyes, you're looking into the eyes in all the pictures in this book of children who are living in war-torn places like Afghanistan, Rwanda, Pakistan, Zimbabwe. And what do you see, Sting, in these eyes?
It's amazing. I mean, I encourage Bobby to have these pictures as large as you could make them, so you're actually facing the child when you see, because his apartment is full of these pictures. I said, make the book that size, and it's really very impactful. Look at this beautiful child here.
You can see me right in the middle of his eyes.
Yes, you can, right there. But the idea then is to see that in the hope, this sort of invisible sun that is less visible, because these children are really among the most invisible of our world.
Yeah. I think, you know, it's easy to see the invisible sun, which is a metaphor for hope, in the eyes of the kids who are smiling. But I actually think that it's more powerful in the eyes of the kids who aren't, because a little bit like health, when you don't have it, you realize how important it is. When you see these kids without hope in their eyes, you really understand that sort of dazed, distant look, and you really understand this kid right here, how just sort of out of the picture he is, and that to me really emphasizes how important hope is.
And you don't just want people to feel sorry for these kids, and you don't want them just to give them a hug. You want just the opposite. You say, what do you want people to do, Bobby?
I want people to take strength from their strength, to feel more thankful in their own life, and in return to go find ways to give other people hope, not just by giving money, but by giving something of themselves.
And there's a boy named Moises who actually specifically, and Sting, I just saw you smile, because there's something really hopeful about a boy. He's a child soldier, and this is one photo of him, and then there's another photo that is of something he made, which is a ball made out of, it looks like balloons and plastic. And
yeah, it's rubbish. He's a child soldier in Rwanda. He was fighting in the Congo. He killed 3 people when he was 7 years old. And my family and I were at a child soldier camp 4 years ago in Rwanda and met him, and he was the smallest kid in the group, and he just really touched our hearts. Went back a year later, and he was gone, and he sort of just, you know, went off, but he always stayed in our hearts and in our minds, and actually hanging on the wall of our living room. And then this August, we went to Rwanda to bring indestructible soccer balls that Sting and I have been working to develop.
Go, yes. Nice catch, Sting.
and we're passing out these balls, and our way to do things, whether we're passing out blankets or these or whatever, is for people to get in the line and to tell us their name, and we look into their eyes, and they look into ours, and we hand it to them. And so we're handing out the balls to these child soldiers, and Moises is standing right there. And it was his ball, the ball that you just showed, that was the thing that made me want to be involved with these footballs. Now this football, because it's indestructible, will last for many, many years. And as a result, I was able to tell these kids, these child soldiers, imagine that you're going to be able to play soccer, football with your sons and daughters. That imagine the possibility of the future they couldn't even conceive of the idea that they could ever be parents, that they could ever have a life. That they would
live, in fact.
So this is an incredible symbol of hope, much more than a ball to just play a game with, but something indestructible for kids who in their lives, everything crumbles. Everything in their lives is fragile.
Well, I know that you're using these images, Sting, in your concerts, and you're supporting your good buddy Bobby. And it's all the money from this book, by the way, is going to the organization supporting the soccer ball. effort. Thank you so much, Bobby and Sting, and congratulations on having life that's done so much good and is still doing good. And the book again is called The Power of the Invisible Sun.
Our persons of the week. One name is well known, Sting. His life is the usual whirlwind that goes with being a rock star, the new album, concerts, and the like. But Sting, working with a friend, has found time for another pursuit.
Well, I wrote Invisible Sun in the 70s. The inspiration was Belfast, Northern Ireland, and the troubles there.
The song was a big hit for Sting and his group, The Police, almost 30 years ago. But now the rock star has new reason to sing his song about hope.
Photographs give it a new meaning, a new valency. So it's nice to have that infusion of new energy into the song.
Those photographs were taken by his friend and fellow philanthropist Bobby Sager.
I used a lot of his pictures on the Police tour. When we'd sing the song, his pictures of kids in refugee camps and war-torn places were very appropriate to the song.
Most of the pictures are of children, but one very different photograph caught Sting's eye.
There's a picture of a very poignant picture of what kids in refugee camps use as footballs. It's a very sort of temporary thing they just kick around. And I saw that. And then a friend of mine said to me, would I, Sting, finance the research and development of a ball, a football, that will be indestructible? I thought, that's a fantastic idea. If they made the ball, which is this, it feels exactly like a football. You can stick a knife in it. You can drive a car over it. The delivery system is my friend Bobby. He said, Bobby, that ball in your book, this is the answer. So over to you.
Well, and my connection to this is I took a photograph of a child soldier's football in Rwanda 4 years ago.
That photograph, along with hundreds of others taken by Bobby, became a book called The Power of the Invisible Sun. The money from its sale goes to pay for the soccer balls.
Thank you.
And Bobby gave out the first ones in Rwanda in July. And the boy whose ball was in the original picture, whose ball was the impetus for the whole project, was there.
My son Shane was passing out balls, and the next child soldier came up and said, "Hi, I'm Moses." "This is Moises. This is Moises. Oh, Moises!"
Sting and Bobby have plans to distribute thousands of balls all over the world, any place where hope is in short supply.
For me, this is just instant joy. Kids need something. They need fun, too. When I was living in a refugee camp, I mean, what is there to look forward to? Very little.
So here is a possession that is special, that can't be broken, it's indestructible, it's something that won't let them down. This ball becomes a really powerful symbol of hope.
And so we choose Sting and Bobby Sager. They hope their project gets more people thinking about ways to reach out and help. As they say, it needn't be on the other side of the world. Just take a look around the corner from where you live.